Are you the king of toxic masculinity, or are you the king of healthy masculinity? So, which one should we start with? Toxic or healthy? I didn't hear you. Or you want us to start with toxic? Okay, okay. I'll do what you say. Don't feel bad if we talk about healthy masculinity laws. I heard you too. We're going to talk about both. So be patient, okay? Let's dive right in. So, what is toxic masculinity? One of the things that we know and we've seen is toxic masculinity is my refusal or your refusal to recognize that I don't always need to be aggressive. Toxic masculinity is moving away from this idea that there always has to be violence and there has to be domination. So if you're a man out there and you like to feel in charge, you like to be the boss over your partner, it's toxic masculinity and you need to stop it. Another thing about toxic masculinity is you may be a father or you may be that guy who look at your friend and you may say to him, you need to man up, you need to tough up. Don't be a sissy. Don't complain. That's toxic masculinity. And if you are the guy that has been doing that, don't you think it's about time for you to stop? Yeah, because it's a little bit outdated. It's losing its momentum. So toxic masculinity is one of those things. You know, another thing that toxic masculinity is? Toxic masculinity says this: don't ask for help. You can do it by yourself. Don't become vulnerable. You don't want to expose those skeletons in your closet. Toxic masculinity does not allow you or me as men to come out of our comfort zone or to push back against the cultural norms that we have been raised in. So, toxic masculinity is afraid to challenge cultural norms because of the fear of how it may look to our grandfathers or dads or, mentors. Toxic masculinity does not allow room for improvement in those areas. Here's another thing about toxic masculinity: toxic masculinity hides away from any expression of emotions. Does that sound familiar to you? Yes. Toxic masculinity does not allow that. Toxic masculinity frowns on anything that has to do with therapy. So you may be there suffering in silence, but the toxicity of the belief system in which you were raised does not allow you to ask for help, much less going for therapy. Are you kidding? Not at all. So, toxic masculinity does not allow you or me as men to do that. What is healthy masculinity? Healthy masculinity is coming to that place and recognize that I don't always need to be that guy who is in charge. I don't need to be aggressive all the time. I don't need to be that dictator in my relationships where my kids and my partner is afraid of me. Healthy masculinity is recognizing that it's okay to let our guards down and to be present in our homes in every way, spiritually, socially, emotionally, and psychologically. That's healthy masculinity. Healthy masculinity is coming to the surface and saying to ourselves, I need help. I need to talk to somebody. I need to open myself up so that I can experience healing and change. Healthy masculinity is coming to the surface once again and saying to ourselves, I don't have all the answers, and that's okay. You see, when you listen and when you look, the two are on opposite sides of the spectrum. What's important for you to do is to ask yourself this question: have I been embracing this toxic masculinity that is outdated and that's harming both me and the people in my life that I love? Do I need to learn more the art of practicing holistic, healthy masculinity? That's what we're looking for now. That's what the world is crying out for. Men who are able to practice holistic, healthy masculinity. Men who are balanced. Men who are able to step up and say, listen, I'm not just a man who is aggressive, who is hiding from my emotions. I'm not just a man who feels that I need to be a dictator, but I'm a holistic, healthy male who understands the value of providing for myself first, those needs, so that I can also provide for my family. So look at yourself right now. And if you hear anything that is coming from the toxic masculinity side, I need you to start looking at ways that you can change that. Because listen, I'm going to say this to you right now, my friend. You've got nothing to lose. Don't think you're going to lose your identity. That's not ideally how you were meant to be. You were deceived. Now I'm saying holistic healthy masculinity is what the world is asking for. That's when we'll improve our family lives. That's when we'll improve our work lives. That's when we will improve our outlook on life. That's when the community will change. That's when our kids will have safer, happier homes. That's when our relationships will be more concretized, because now we are at that place where we understand that practicing holistic healthy masculinity is the key to having good healthy homes, good healthy communities, and a good healthy world. Listen, guys, I want to put this challenge to you to go out there and do your part, because we continue to tell you that right here at XY Spark, we do believe that there's a spark in you. And we look forward to hearing from you as you write your comments and subscribe to our channel. We will see you again in our next video.